just wanna hold you close. Nothing but the energy. That should have been a full song, Taeyeon. That should have been a 30-minute song. How's it going, guys? And welcome to week 62 of In K-Pop News. Why could you caught up in the week's news in K-Pop? Now, before I get into this, I don't want to make this a full story, but Taeyeon got an ankle injury recently, and I just feel so sorry, man. I just want to sacrifice my own ankles. I want to break my own ankles so that she's nice and healthy again. Is that weird? I don't know if that's weird. That's natural. My bias. My ultimate bias right there. Also, I'm thinking about changing up the format of In K-Pop News. Considering I'm going to be starting a new semester of college now, I want to break up the In K-Pop News into different categories. Let's say one segment is releases, and then I go through those so you get caught up and mark your calendars. And next is going to be actual stories of K-Pop news. Let me know what you guys think, and if you have any suggestions, leave it down in the comments as well. Also, my friends over at Fanboy Clothing sent me over some nice stuff I showed before, and if you want to get your hands on some of them at a discount, go to fanboyclothing.com and use the discount code, my discount code, in K-Pop. Everything is down in the description, so please check that out. But anyways, guys, without further ado, let's get into the week's news in K-Pop. In Ayo, Hitman Bang introduces. I'm not gonna do the whole thing. You can do it down in the comments. Ain't nobody got time for that. News. BTS has been wreaking havoc on the whole world by releasing not one, not two, not three, but 4 highlight reels for the comeback Love Yourself. And guys, BTS should just make a drama or a movie right now and kill that cinematic game, boys. Hollywood is shaking. I know I seem like a fanboy, but the actual raw emotion in these reels and the acting BTS have, I mean, I'm expecting BTS to win an Oscar for this comeback. That's a guarantee. Now, I would get into the story and theories of this, but that takes too much time. And how come whenever people are in movies or a TV or a music video, they don't look both ways before crossing the street? I've been taught that since day one. And now BTS are expected to come back sometime in September. In Keep Your Dirty Hands to Yourself news, Twice arrived in Vietnam to film for a show, and once they arrived at the airport, it turned into a complete mess. Twice was being escorted out of the airport when they were swarmed by fans, and some fans were seen grabbing and touching the members to get their attention. Now, before I share my thoughts, there is another story that kind of goes hand in hand with this one. Taeyeon went to Jakarta and shared her terrible experience she had there. When she arrived at that airport, another crowd formed, which of course made Taeyeon very uneasy. Then she said Taeyeon was pushed and shoved and even harassed. Taeyeon shared her side of the story on Instagram. There were dangerous situations in Jakarta airport as feet and bodies got tangled in a huge crowd. I actually fell to the floor and was shaking. Tears wouldn't stop. The local security held me up thinking I was in danger, but that was also very startling and surprising to me. I was nervous due to constant body contact from behind and the side. There was no such thing as order, and my mind is heavy knowing there were people who've gotten knocked over and hurt. Also, it probably wasn't intentional, but people kept touching my body parts such as the butt and breast area. That felt very startling and I couldn't keep a straight mind. So I wasn't able to show a great side at Jakarta, where I've come to visit after a long time. I'm so sorry to the fans who waited for me, and please keep order so we don't get hurt. I would think of today as just a happening because I know our fans are the most loving, caring, and understanding. I hope everyone will not get hurt. Now, in both cases of Twice and Taeyeon, both fans, they overstepped their boundaries. Now, in Twice's situation, I can understand the fans getting excited and having the chance to have like a physical interaction and or high five from your favorite idols. But there is a time and a place for that. Although those times and places for that are very limited, I understand. They need their distance and respect of personal space. And of course, being a celebrity does come with this territory, but nobody deserves to be harassed like that. And especially for Taeyeon, she did say it was probably an accident, them touching her in certain areas, but that is blatant sexual harassment. Like Taeyeon said, there was light security, and what I think could solve most of these problems is stepping up that security, more security, maybe bigger security guards. But I'm glad both Taeyeon and Twice are seemingly okay, and let's just move on and get better from this. No news. So it is reported that SHINee's Onew was caught up in a sexual harassment accusations. So on the morning of August 12th, Onew went to a club with friends to celebrate his debut as a DJ. He was of course drinking and partying. When dancing, he apparently made contact with others around him, and the police was called in. A witness that doesn't have connections to either side said Onew was totally drunk and touched and bumped into the victim multiple times, with a total of 3 times of contact between Onew and the victim. Onew's friends apologized for Onew's actions, but the victim called the police and claimed sexual molestation. Soon the charges were dropped by the victim, but then the victim claimed that SM made her drop those charges. Although the charges were dropped, the police would continue their investigation to prosecution towards Onew. Now of course this story is still developing, and as of now Onew stepped back from the limelight, from his shows and everything he's doing, to take a break from everything. I can't imagine Onew being of course intoxicated and making a fuss, but from what it seems this looks a bit fishy. The claims of sexual molestation is a bit too much for me. It could be a case of someone trying to sabotage an idol's image or maybe get something out of it. You know, she saw the opportunity of Onew being drunk and fumbling around and claiming sexual molestation to maybe get something out of it. I don't know. I've heard of stuff before like that, and I hope it all gets cleared up of course, and I'll try to keep you updated with that. In New Pastures news, Girls' Generation's Tiffany is said to be leaving Korea to study acting in America. Tiffany will be leaving once Girls' Generation's promotions come to an end. And it is said that Tiffany said this to her friends, and her friends were very supportive of her choice. And as far as her position in Girls' Generation, it seems fine. But SM did mention that they're in discussion with Girls' Generations to renew their contracts. But Tiffany, I want to see you in them big movies one day, alright? Tiffany, fighting, and let's support them and hope for the best. In solo comeback news, you can touch her, don't touch her. Yes, HyunA has released her first teaser images for her comeback titled Following. HyunA is looking chic and all natural, a queen, boys. This is what a queen is and does. HyunA will be back on the 29th, so prepare your wigs, alright? Make sure they're nice and locked down, firm in place, you know. And now speed round, right? There's many Kpop stories as fast as possible, so let's go. VIXX LR, the subunit, to come back with Whisper on the 28th. Can't wait for that one. YG confirms Sechkies will be making a comeback later this year. X-Kata member Youngji to make her solo debut with DSP Media, and the album Memory Clock set to be released on the 25th. Highlights Kikwan to have a solo album titled One, no date yet. Victon share a group teaser image for their third mini album Identity. Victon is set to come back on the 23rd. Woollim's Golden Child to debut with mini album Golcha on the 28th. Momoland released their second MV teaser for Freeze with the carnival sound and concept set to be out on the 22nd. TS Entertainment, the company that created Untouchable, Secret, BAP, Sonamu, will be making a new boy group with 11 members for the later half of this year, with only this picture as a hint and the group's average age of 15.9. But anyways guys, that is it for this week in K-pop news. I hope you guys enjoyed, and if you did, please give this video a like. Check out my other in K-pop news videos so get some of that K-pop knowledge, and also share this video with others so you get some of that K-pop knowledge as well. Also hit that subscribe button for much more content. And as I mentioned before, I did want to change out the format of in K-pop news. I was thinking maybe 1/2 releases, showing you what comes out so you get your calendar right and you know when stuff comes out so you don't miss it, and actual K-pop stories, controversies, whatever. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments, and also what do you think about any of the stories I talked about today. There is some pretty big ones, so I want to know your guys' opinion down in the comments as well. I'll join you guys there later. But anyways guys, remember, check out Fanboy Clothing, everything down in the description, and thank you guys again for watching. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Annyeong.